So here we are with Taylor Berrett. Thanks, man, for playing a track.
Yeah, of course.
So tell us about sort of like how you got started with music.
It started for me. I was around 13 years old, and I wanted to learn to play the guitar. And my mom made me take piano lessons for a year from my aunt, who lived up the street. And it was kind of slow for me in terms of I wasn't immediately struck by loving it. But when I started writing, I'd always been really into writing as a kid. And
so you're writing at 14?
It's terrible. It was really bad. But yes, technically I was writing songs.
That's young, yeah.
You know, it's like anything. I just got really, really excited by it. And every 100 songs you write that are terrible, you write one that's slightly better.
Sure.
Yeah, it was really when I started writing that I got excited about it and then kind of picked up the guitar and started getting really into that. And yeah, so that's kind of how it...
Amazing. Okay, so tell us about the whole sort of creative process. How does that work with writing The Heat? How did that come about?
The Heat is an interesting one for me, different at least, where it's one of the only songs that I've ever done where I wrote all of the lyrics beforehand.
Okay. Is that how you normally, obviously you don't work like that?
No, yeah, generally it's different, but usually it kind of all comes together at the same time. It'll start with, a title or one line and then come together with the music. A lot of times when I write lyrics first, it's hard for me to fit them in. But that one, I was actually, it's also very, very, every lyric in that song is very specific, and I wrote it on the train back from Boston.
Really?
That song describes. So, it's in terms of what it's about, it's one of those that I kind of didn't know what it was about until I, finished
sort of
writing it.
Unraveled itself.
Yeah.
I love the lyrics in it.
Thank you.
I love the whole sort of thing, because obviously you studied at Berkeley.
I didn't officially study there, but I was there.
Okay.
I have friends that are there, and so I would go up and just kind of visit them and,
I didn't realize
try to steal wisdom from
okay.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the lyrics, it's really about, because at the time I was not signed.
Yeah.
I had not a lot going on music-wise. I was trying to, and so it's kind of about the frustration of being stuck in one spot. So that's kind of where it came from.
Yeah, it's a great track. I really like
you.
it. It's a good one. So how did you find sort of, being in England and recording here? Did that affect, do you think, the creative process with recording?
Oh, yeah.
In terms of maybe doing it in LA or doing it somewhere else?
Yeah, as far as the decision-making process, not to flatter you, Jake, but, that was just, you were here. It was like, we want to work with Jake and he's in England, but It's funny how that came to kind of influence the making of the album. It was just nice to be away from... just the whole...
Yeah.
And the truth is that it is a job. Like, there are other elements of it that matter, aside from the music, things that you have to care about. But it was nice for the making of the album to be away from it and really just focus. Let's try to make the best music that we can, and just try to not suck.
Yeah.
And I think for the most part, we've managed to not suck.
Great, yeah. I'm looking forward to everyone hearing it,
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to not think about it, because I'll
And the
pee my
strings,
pants.
and we did strings.
Yes.
And how was that for you?
Amazing. It was nuts. We went and did the session at Air Studios in London, and you just feel like inferior. You go in with these musicians, and it's songs that that I've written, and
it's amazing.
You're in that room and you're supposed to give direction to these classically trained. They've been. We asked that. Remember that one guy came in and was like, "Oh, so how long have you been playing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I've been playing since I was 14." He's like, "Oh, I started when I was 4."
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be in the room saying, "Could you play that a little bit louder, please?" But it was amazing. I can't wait.
Well, it just brings a whole new element to it, a different life to the songs, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and,
it's amazing.
Well, listen, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. Sticky Session from Taylor Berrett, The Heat. Check it out here.
Sticky